Let me explain how EGR works really quick if any of you guys want to know. So right here, this is the exhaust manifold. You should be able to see that. So see the turbo mounts right here. This is the exhaust manifold. This port, it goes out this pipe and it makes like a U bend, and then it goes in right there to the EGR cooler. So it flows across here. This is the cooler, so it's like a heat sink or heat exchanger. It's got coolant running through it, and then it comes up here. The exhaust gas does. It goes into the EGR valve, which just regulates how much flow comes through. Goes into the venturi, which then mixes it and turns it, and then it comes back this way into the intake. So the point of EGR is to put no oxygen air into the engine to lower the NOx. And then virtually all diesel engines work the same way with the EGR cooler and everything. So Cat does not call it EGR. They'll either call it NRS or CGI, just depending on what Cat information you read, but it's EGR. It's the exact same thing, but they just don't call it by what it's called. So I showed the John Deere 6090, but this is a Cat 9 liter, so this is a C9.3, this is a Perkins designed engine. It's just rebranded as a Cat. And this is a slightly older one. This is a IT4 interim tier 4. It does not have DEF. That's where the other one had DEF. But same kind of setup. So here's the exhaust manifold. This little pipe comes through. This goes into the... So this is the EGR cooler, but on this particular one they call it CGI, clean gas induction, I think. And then this is the venturi on there. So they go through the venturi, goes down, and then this is the EGR valve, but they call it CGI. And then this does not have an intake air throttle. So then the intake's right here. It kind of comes in up in an angle. And then, so this is the after treatment. This is just the DPF. The center section is just the DPF. These do not have a DOC. So this is what's called an ARD head. There's a spark plug. It's right here. Can you see that? There's a spark plug right here. So then there's fuel lines and there's air lines. So what it basically does is it pulls in fresh air, boosted fresh air, and it lights it and creates like a big flame inside. There's a cast iron housing in here. You can kind of see part of it right there. And it lights a big flame, and that's how they get the exhaust temperatures up. And then before it goes into the DPF, which is up here. So that's how this works. And this is a Cat 9 liter, C9.3.